Join us as we journey to one of the wonders of the world. Beginning at Rajasthan's largest stepwell in Abhaneri, crossing into Uttar Pradesh, we explore the haunting remains of an ancient abandoned capital at Fatehpur Sikri before reaching the crown jewel itself, the magnificent Taj Mahal.
We visit this world-famous wonder at sunrise, uncovering its stories, secrets, and the enduring love behind its creation. Then it's on to the spectacular Red Fort of Agra, a masterpiece of design and power in its own right.
Agra and rug making go hand in hand. We delve into the time-honored traditions of this intricate craft. Our final stop is a restaurant making a powerful difference in the lives of brave survivors. This eye-opening journey is one you won't want to miss.
Our Indian adventure continues as we leave behind Jaipur, the vibrant capital in the heart of Rajasthan.
So this is our palace here in Abhaneri.
Massive terrace.
Oh my god. This is crazy. We're in the small village of Abhaneri, and we're about to go check out one of the biggest stepwells in India. It's 30 meters deep and it's known as Chand Baori. Chand Baori is the largest stepwell in Rajasthan. There's about 3,000 steps in total, 3,500 I think he said, up to, and it was built between the 8th and 9th century AD, so it's quite an old stepwell. It's actually the oldest in Rajasthan as well. And it was originally made for the women to come down in the wet season, which is July, August, and they would bring the big vases, carry them on their head, walk down the steps to the bottom and fill it up. And it was also a very social area for the ladies to get together as well. When the Mughal Empire came through here in the 1400s, they pretty much destroyed a lot of the sculptures in the area, so a lot of these were sort of forgotten for a little while. They've recently been uncovered and been brought to the attention of the general public. More in recent years, they are still doing some archaeological excavation work, but there was a Bollywood film, I believe, in 2017 that was filmed here and brought a lot of attention to Greater India of this particular stepwell. About to light off some fireworks. 2 days ago in Jaipur, we bought 60 fireworks and we're going to set them off here at this private property. God, there's already a lightning strike going on. This is going to be a real show. Come on. So this was described as the public bus, but it's just a bus-sized golf cart. Where are we heading, Miranda?
Fatehpur Sikri.
Fatehpur Sikri.
Fatehpur Sikri.
That's the one. Fatehpur Sikri.
Nailed it.
UNESCO World Heritage Site of Fatehpur Sikri, which became the capital of the region from 1571 to 1585. It was the third Mughal emperor that came down from Mongolia, the Islamic emperor known as Akbar. And he actually changed this place to the capital because there was a sheikh here that actually blessed himself and his wife, and they were able to have a son, so he was able to have an heir to his throne. Unfortunately, though, the actual capital didn't last too long due to the fact that they ran out of water in the area during a drought. There was no permanent source of water, so they ended up eventually moving the capital back to Agra via Lahore first. So this became a capital site only for a short period of time, but it's very interesting. You've got there, we went in before, this is where he used to have the audience hall for, one-on-one people, and in there he actually created a new religion based on Islam, but also using the other religions in the area. So he was quite open-minded for the time. So behind me are the quarters of his Islamic wife, and you can actually see inside that there's some pictures and figures of animals there, which wasn't permitted by Islamic law. You couldn't worship any living beings in Islamic law, so that's why you always see sort of flowers and patterns in Islamic art and architecture. But he was very open-minded, as I mentioned before, and he was secular, so he believed in multi-religions and multiple beliefs. Unfortunately, his great-grandson wasn't of the same mindset, and he basically went throughout the region, chopped the heads off statues in Hindu temples and things like that. We sort of saw that yesterday at the steps, and obviously these ones here he defaced as well. So the Emperor Akbar wanted to gather experts from throughout India or throughout the region here in the capital. He had his own astrologist, and in this area here he actually had a legendary singer known as Tansingh, which is well known throughout India in Bollywood films and stories and things like that. It was said that he was able to sing and the candles would light up and he could do all sorts of magical things, which were obviously a bit of mythology. He would have sat here, the emperor, and they would have watched him at night, and he would have performed out on this platform for the emperor and the royal court. We're going to check out now the large king-size bed of Emperor Akbar. So this is the residence of his Catholic Portuguese wife, and there's some beautiful frescoes on the inside and outside that you can still see. And we're going to go down now and check out the residence of his Hindu wife. So these were the quarters of the Hindu wife, which actually bore the firstborn son, which is why she got the favoritism, and all of this area here was hers, including her own personal Hindu temple over there as well. It only took them about 5 or 6 years to construct this, the whole area out of local sandstone that they constructed out of. And you see all the water features here. You can see why it only lasted about 15 years with all the water they used up in the region. Where are we, Cheeky?
The beautiful Taj Mahal.
There we go. One of the 7 wonders of the world. What number does this constitute for you?
Number 5. I have 2 more to go.
2 more to go. And I'm currently on my second lap of the 7 wonders of the world. If you saw our videos last year from Machu Picchu, you'd know a little bit more about that. But here we are, the Taj Mahal. The structure was built by the Emperor Shah Jahan in remembrance of his wife, Rasai Mon Taj Mahal, who contracted an infection in 1631 while she was pregnant with their 14th child. It was said that he was in such mourning that he didn't attend any political or administrative affairs for a whole year, and he wanted to build something grand to remember her by, and this is when this came into it. So 22 years it took to construct the Taj Mahal and the surrounding complex. It's actually set out in the same set out as the idyllic version of Islamic paradise. The tomb of Rasai Mon Taj Mahal represents where Allah's seat would be in the Islamic version of Judgment Day, and the gardens that we're about to walk through represent the road and the path taken to paradise.
So we've chosen to come to the Taj Mahal at sunrise because it's the coolest and most beautiful time of day, but also because the crowds are less. So, I mean, it's already starting to get really crowded now. We woke up at 4 a.m. or something like that, left at 5, and yeah.
Dedication to the wonders. It certainly doesn't get any less impressive on the second time round, and you can see up close here not only the beautiful white marble but also as well the black marble using the scriptures of the Quran, and even some of the precious jewels that surround the building, and that's what decorates and colors the buildings. We also learnt that the minarets as well, they slightly face outwards, and the reason why they do that is if they ever do collapse, they'll never collapse on the building itself. Absolutely stunning, beautiful sunrise. Even with some of the crowds, it's still nice and serene here. Can you tell us a little bit about your footwear?
Cool. To keep the area in there clean, so we don't drag in any outside debris.
Any poops from the streets?
Yeah, that's right.
So unfortunately we can't film inside the actual tomb itself, but it said one of the things that makes the Taj Mahal so famous is its symmetry, and the only place that it is not symmetrical is inside the tomb. So next to the tomb of Rasai Mon Taj Mahal is the tomb of Shah Jahan, the emperor himself, and it was said that he never actually planned to be buried inside this mausoleum, this tomb, but it was actually his son that later decided to put him in there. So he's going to be a little off-center on the inside, but his son realized he'd never be able to build anything so grand, so he believed his father deserved that recognition as well. So last time I was here, we did a boat ride here on the Yamuna River, and apparently in recent years they've had to stop that due to the threat of potential terrorist attacks. So they no longer do that boat ride, but you can see how beautiful and peaceful the river is. Maybe it's nice just to keep it natural like that.
go visit the guest house. Unfortunately, we can't visit the mosque on the other side, but they're very similar in structure and size. We bid farewell to the Taj Mahal and head off to explore another icon of Agra, the mighty Red Fort.
We've just entered into the Red Fort in Agra, already past two lines of defence, the first one being a dry moat. Typically with flat and level forts like this one here that was built on ground level as opposed to being up high on a cliff, they would have these moats that would surround the forts. Now there'd either be a wet moat and full of crocodiles or a dry moat like this one here, and it would have been full of tigers. And we'd be going up a really steep and steady ramp right now. And our guide Ravi was just saying that the steep and steady ramp was built there in case of intruders. They could roll down big giant boulders and they would basically take out any intruders on the way down. It's a really, really interesting place. Every fort we've seen in India, I've noticed, is very, very different. That's kind of cool. It keeps things interesting as well, because we've seen a lot of forts and they're all very, very unique and all impressive in their own way. To enter into the palace of Jahangir Mahal, and this fort was actually crowned in 1530 by Humayun, whose tomb we actually saw a little earlier in Delhi. So the Red Fort that we're in was built between 1565 and 1574, and it was built by Akbar, who we spoke a bit about yesterday in Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar was renowned for his openness to different religions, and you can see some different symbols up there like the stars, which not only are used in the Jewish religion but also in the Hindu religion as well. And there's some other different symbolisms that we can see in here that were kind of open and accepting of all religions. This is the room of the wife of Jahangir, who is actually Hindu, so there is actually a Hindu temple directly across. You can see here still some of the original colours on some of the bits and pieces around here from back in the time when it was built, and also some of the original designs here along with the restorations. And the restorations are still being done by the same families that worked on them back when this was originally built, so back in the 1500s. And they did it by hand. It took many, many months for them to restore parts of this because it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's all about making it look and feel exactly as it did back in the day. It's absolutely stunning. So all the areas we've seen so far were started up by Akbar, who was the third Mughal emperor. This was the fifth, and I mentioned earlier Shah Jahan, the same guy that built the Taj Mahal. This was built at the same time using the same white marble. The designs above were all plated in 24 karat gold, which was removed when the British came here, but there is a little section up here where they've painted it in. This is in 1905, just to give a bit of an impression of how it would have looked. So behind me here we have the Mataman Burj. You can see all these beautiful little inlays here made of precious stones, mother of pearl, all sorts of things here, beautiful construction. This is where Shah Jahan used to do his orienting, or he used to go out and do his speeches to all the people below. His son Aurangzeb actually killed his two older brothers so he could be next in line for the throne, and put his father Shah Jahan under house arrest here in this building. this is where the Emperor Shah Jahan governed from, and he used to have his prime minister sitting below, and any commoners or anyone that came and had any requests or any discussions with the emperor would come here into this hall. And this is essentially where he ran the Mughal Empire, which covered most of northern India, parts of central India, and Pakistan at the time. So this was the center of the Mughal Empire. So we have the grave here of the British General John Russell Colvin, who was in charge of the Agra region at the time when India went into turmoil just before the independence, and he actually died of natural causes. And due to the fact that they were going through that turmoil, they actually couldn't ship his body back to England, so he had the honor of being buried here. In the background there, we've got the Pearl Mosque as well, which is currently under ownership and protection of the army, so we can't enter into there. But as I mentioned before, 75% of this area here is for military use, and only 25%, which we've seen, was used for the royal family and the emperors. What do you think of the Red Fort, Miranda?
I thought it was really impressive.
Impressive. And the Taj Mahal?
Oh, that just was on a whole different level.
Impressive-er.
Impressive-er, actually.
That's so cool. So the whole state of Uttar Pradesh, which we're currently in, has about 230 million people, and if it was its own independent state or country, it'd be about the 5th or 6th largest country in the world by population. One of the main produces that the area is actually known for is the creating and the weaving of rugs, which we're about to go check out now. But the reason why Uttar Pradesh is such a populated region has to actually do with the river Ganges, the Ganga River, which we are going to explore next when we go to Varanasi. So a carpet like this would take about 8 months to complete, and a lot of the families here, it goes from generation to generation. It is actually dying out, which is why they get some government funding as well. So due to the UNESCO World Heritage designation of the handcrafts here in Agra in 1989, the government actually banned all the factories within the center of Agra in a 45-kilometer radius, and it only became all these sort of handicraft places that are run by the government. The government actually installed these to supply the workers with jobs, and it's all under the government cooperative now, which means that all these workers are paid per square foot by the government, and also as well they're actually shipping for international buyers for free as long as they're not being resold. So we just bought a rug for our new house. We're about to go to a place called Sheroes, which is a restaurant that donates to women that have unfortunately been attacked by jealous men or even family members. And it's quite a misogynistic thing that happens here in India. And unfortunately, it's something that happens quite common. So I assume some of the people that work here have been attacked by the acid. I'm not sure too much about it, but all the money goes to it. And it's all donation based as well.
Inside, we were welcomed by the warm buzz of a team bonding session. The staff, many of which survivors, laughing and smiling together. A beautiful moment to see smiles on the faces of those who have endured so much.
peanut butter shake. Oh, delish.
That's absolutely amazing.
And the lotus. Biscoff. Oh, I'm excited. And masala fries. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was a really good place to eat, so I'm really happy that Ravi brought us there.
Some of the best shakes we've had in India, I reckon.
The shakes were amazing.
We had the peanut butter and the lotus
And
biscoff.
not only was it like great food and great shakes, but it was such a good cause. Like you felt good contributing
Yep.
your money towards there. So I really enjoyed my experience.
Yeah, this is something that we don't get a lot of exposure to in the West, and we're obviously not as aware of what's going on here as we probably should be, particularly in small villages surrounding cities and things like that. Not so much in the city centres, but it does still happen everywhere in India. The acid attacks generally take place against women, so it is generally a misogynistic thing. We were reading some of the stories from some of the girls there, and some of them were teenage girls when they were attacked. You know, they had
It was heartbreaking.
older men, you know, proposing to them. When they declined the proposals, you know, they would be attacked by the men or the men's families. One girl was molested by a 55-year-old. Like, these are really confronting stories. Another lady had given birth to 5 daughters, and her husband was really upset with her about that, and that's why these things happen. And after these women are attacked, they can no longer find marriage, or, you know, eventually they can't have children and families of their own. It's really heartbreaking. So the good thing that this cafe does, it takes these women in, it gives them a job, gives them some money, and helps going towards their
It
funding.
raises awareness too.
It's very, very inspiring. They had this little workshop thing going on there, and everyone was getting involved, and it was good to see them having fun and interacting. So it looks like a really, really good and healthy workplace, and it seems like they're doing good things. So Sheroes, check it out if you're here in Agra. I'm not sure, they might have some other places as well around India. Where are we heading next, Miranda?
We're about to head on an overnight train to Varanasi, also known as the holy city in India.
Let's do it. Seriously, you gotta watch out here. The monkeys work like gangs. As soon as you get food, you have to hide it. We saw someone get his bag snatched full of bananas, and we've seen other people get attacked.
Join us for our next adventure as we make our way to India's holiest city. There we witness spiritual practices and traditions so profound they must be seen to be believed. Come with us to Varanasi on the sacred river Ganges.
Hey guys, just a quick message. We really hope you enjoyed this video.
If there's anyone you think would enjoy our videos, please share and help us grow global travel stories. We thank you for your support.